the times he's funny as fuck is when he's fucking acting black because he's black and he can, and it's funny. And I can't really get in depth on some of the things he says, but I mean, he'll be in an argument with me or anyone, and honestly, I could not do this. And not so much for the fact that I couldn't say the words, for the fact that it just wouldn't be as funny. He'll be in an argument with me, and we're just like joking around. We're not like a serious argument. But we'll be talking, and then all of a sudden he'll be like, "Shut up before I suck your dick." What? Say something before I suck your dick. Something. Oh, hell no. I ain't doing that. And it's just like, he throws it out there, and you know he's joking, but it's like, I feel like if anyone else were to say that, but that one kid, it would be like, dude, you're a faggot. But that kid, for some reason, because he's black, it's funny as shit. So if there's anyone out there that's black and watching this, I suggest that you try that at some point. As long, I mean, if you're like one of those more comical people, if you're, if you joke around a lot, you have to be like, I suppose it might not be because he's black, it's because he's always joking around and shit. He can be real serious, but I mean, that when you're talking to him, when he's joking and when he's not. When he's joking, he'll straight up, "Shut up before I suck your dick." And the whole bus gets silent. And then they laugh, and then he laughs, and then I laugh. And that was that. We'd laugh. Live, laugh, and get your dick sucked by a black man. That's life. What else can I fucking talk about? I feel like ranting more. Basically, I reckon I oughta say something about this actual channel if I plan on putting up more videos. If you were like the one viewer I get on this video, and I shit you not, if it's the person that told me to make this video, I will fucking know that it's you, and motherfucker, I will walk across the goddamn street with a goddamn shovel and slap you across the face for trying to make me rant about some dumbass subject. 'Cause you do this every time. This motherfucker came to my house the other day, and we're hanging out. And I rant when I talk to people. It's just my ADD coming out. I'll get into a conversation, and this dude just goes silent. He doesn't interject. He just sits there and listens and laughs. And I don't even think I'm being funny, but apparently he's just like laughing his ass off at half the things I say. So the other day, I get into this rant about, how dudes, define chicks and like the rating scale, and how like 1 to 2 is fucking that chick that you picture in your head when you want to kill a boner, and 2 to 3 is like that chick that's still really, really ugly, but you'll never think of her to get rid of a boner because you have that 1 to 2, but that 2 to 3 is still fucking ratchet as shit. And then the 3 to 4, that's like, I wouldn't really want to be her friend because she's still pretty unattractive. 4 to 5 is like, I'll be friends with her, but I feel like she wants to hit on me because I'm, in her league, which really isn't in her league, but in her head she thinks is in her league, or something like that. I don't fucking know. No, a 3 to 4 or whatever I was at is like that chick that you're friends with, or you would be friends with. She's just not ugly enough to be acquaintances with you. Maybe not hang out friends, but like, I'll talk to you if I have to be in your group, or I'll talk to you if fucking I see you on the street or something. Small talk, but not talk a lot. Now, 4 to 5 would be like a friend. You might talk to her daily. You'd probably like, oh, you're alright. And if you got to know her good enough, there's a chance that you could talk like a bit more, and maybe even hang out after school. So 4 to 5, you got a chance to hang out with me after school. Ah. And 5 to 6 is like, you're pretty All right, but I mean, I wouldn't really just flat out, I'm not dying for your number. I'm not dying to date you. And it'd probably be a really iffy situation if I had the chance to date you. It'd probably be more one of those, okay, we're friends. I hang out with you occasionally. You seem like you're a real chill person, so I reckon I could give dating a go because you're a real nice person, and I don't mind your looks that much. They're not really a big, huge turn off. Now, a 6 to a 7, now I say 6.5 is about average. So, 6 to a 7, someone that I wouldn't really have to know all that much about before I tried to jump into a relationship or something. If the opportunity presented itself, I probably would. But definitely personality could kill that chance completely. A 7 to an 8 is like, you're walking by with a group of friends and you're like, ooh, yo, hold on. And you walk over and you're like, so, I'm so and so. What's your name? And you might get blown off in all honesty because there's a lot of chicks that even if they're ugly, I mean, they'll stand you. They won't. But if they're a little bit outgoing, they'll go, oh, I'm this. And, you throw some stupid reason why you stopped. And you'll be like, I thought I saw you drop something, but I guess you didn't drop something because there's nothing behind you. So I'm just kind of talking randomly. And they'll probably be like, ha, that's funny. And they'll, say something. Then you end up in a small conversation, real short, like probably a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Then at the end of it, you get a number and you walk back to your friends and you're like, dude, I got her number. And I'm like, oh, all right. And then you text her and, you end up trying to get with her because she's pretty all right looking. And an 8 to a 9 is like she'd walk by you and you'd want her number and you'd walk up to her ready to get her number. And then you'd probably be like, wait, I could get her number, but she's pretty fucking fine. So maybe I won't. You might give it a shot and you might get shut down right away. No, mind you, I'm not saying like for everyone. Like you may be thinking, my 8 to a 9, you'd go and you'd run up and you'd try to get a number because you're all confident. But I know the people that are all alpha and all confident. They still have those chicks that they know that they shouldn't go for because they just don't have a chance. Everyone knows women that they don't have a chance with. They can be those stuck up ones, and the ones that are so stuck up and won't give you your numbers are the ones that you end up finding more attractive. If you were to line up all these women that you find really attractive and you had no history with them, you could label them all a 7 to an 8. But as soon as one turns you down, they turn from like a 7 to an 8 to a 8 to a 9 automatically. Maybe even a 9 to a 10. I know multiple people that happens with. So keep that in mind that this system is not just my system. It's like I'm talking about your preferences of what you would think an 8 to a 9 is, and, basis around that. Basically rambling about, random shit. Not even categorizing them that much. But you know what I mean. Now, a 9 to a 10 is that woman that you just fucking die for. I mean, that one, a 9 to a 10, you can't just throw a 9 or a 10 at someone and not expect them to think that you are completely gaga over them. You can't just be like on Facebook and they say rates, or you put rates on your Facebook and this bitch likes it and you don't even know who she is, and then all of a sudden you're giving her a 9 to a 10 and you're like, wow, you're giving her a 9 to a fucking 10 just by looking at her. Like, dude, the highest you should go if you don't know someone is an 8. That right there is like top of the line for if you don't know them. And once you know them and you actually like find them personally and physically attractive is when you can put them at a 9 or a 10. Personality will go into this up to 9 to 10. Before that, personality can raise it a little bit, but for the majority of the time, you can only get to a 9 or a 10 with personality. 8 can be a bad personality and a sexy ass body. That's how it goes. So, anyway, I was talking to this kid about that, and I explained that whole thing to him. And he ended up laughing his ass off about the whole thing. See how I went on that rant, though? Like, I just went off on I believe that was like a 5 minute, 6 minute rant about a conversation that I previously had. And I just explained the entire thing to you. This is what I do. Anyway, so after I do that, he pulls out his camera phone, his fucking Galaxy or some shit, and he's like, "Dude, you gotta do that again. That was funny." So I try to repeat it, and I really didn't. This time I actually did a better time at repeating it, and then I go off onto a rant, not realizing it, cause ADD, and he finds it funny, and he shows it to his girlfriend or something. So anyway, if that's you, you fucking motherfucker watching this and telling me what to fucking do, I went on 3 whole separate rants before I got to the point to where you motherfucker better not fucking post on any of my shit what I should rant about next. Now, if you're a viewer that doesn't know me, for the love of fucking Christ, just put a comment of something I should rant about. Whether or not you're going to come back and see it, I have nothing that I can really. I just need, like, something to start a rant. I can't just pull one out of my ass. Like the one that started this entire 26-minute, 37-second rant was what the shit I had to go through to start this video. And 26 minutes and 47 seconds, I'm going back to that and fucking telling you that that's what started this rant, was something real small. I could start a conversation about how much I hate it when I go to Denny's and make and have a $16 meal of fucking a lumberjack slam with fucking French toast instead of pancakes, because I'm sick of pancakes at fucking there, and they burn my goddamn French toast on the fucking senior skip day. Or not senior skip day, when we had fucking mornings off because our trade school was off. That was a fucking shitty situation. Actually, I could go off on a rant on that. I think I will. Motherfucker. I gotta get me a cold pop.